In today's hyper-connected world, we have 1,000,001 ways to avoid boredom. Smartphones, social media, endless streaming services, all are designed to keep us perpetually entertained. But here's the kicker. Constantly avoiding boredom might be killing our creativity and turning us into procrastination zombies. Meet Bob. Bob here hasn't been bored in years. Why? Because Bob's always got his trusty smartphone, waiting in line, scroll. Sitting on the toilet, scroll. Attending a boring meeting, scroll under the table. But poor Bob doesn't realize that his brain is turning into mush. You see, when we're bored, our brain enters a default mode network. This fancy term means your mind starts to wander, making connections between ideas, solving problems, and coming up with creative solutions. It's like giving your brain a chance to do some housekeeping. But when we constantly avoid boredom, we deny our brains this crucial downtime. Instead, we're stuck in a loop of instant gratification, swiping left and right, clicking like, share, retweet, and never letting our minds breathe. We live in an age where every spare moment is filled with digital noise. Waiting for the bus? Better check Instagram. 5 minutes to kill before a meeting? Dive into a YouTube rabbit hole. Hell, we even take our phones to the bathroom because God forbid we spend 5 minutes alone with our thoughts. And what does this constant stimulation do to us? It makes us impatient, restless, and ironically, more prone to procrastination. We've become so accustomed to immediate entertainment that the idea of sitting down and focusing on a single task feels almost impossible. Our brains need downtime to function at their best. They need moments of silence, of nothingness, to process information, to make new connections, and to spark creativity. Without this downtime, our minds are like a cluttered attic, full of potential, but too messy to find anything useful. Now let's talk about the science of boredom. When we allow ourselves to be bored, our brain enters what scientists call the default mode network. This is where the magic happens. Your mind starts to wander, and in this wandering, it begins to make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. Studies have shown that this mind-wandering state is crucial for creative thinking and problem-solving. It's when your best ideas pop up, like those shower thoughts where you suddenly remember where you left your keys or come up with a brilliant business idea. It's in these moments of unstructured thinking that innovation is born. But if we never allow ourselves to be bored, we miss out on these moments of insight. We deny our brains the chance to connect the dots, to sift through the noise, and to come up with those aha moments that can lead to greatness. Now let's travel back in time. Before TikTok dances and cat memes, some of humanity's greatest inventions and discoveries were born from sheer, unadulterated boredom. Picture it: ancient Greece, 3rd century BCE. Archimedes, a renowned mathematician and inventor, is taking a bath. The guy was soaking in a tub, bored, when he noticed the water displacement and shouted, "Eureka!" Now in today's world, Archimedes might have been scrolling through his Instagram feed, but back then, he had nothing but his thoughts. And it's in this serene, somewhat boring moment that he notices something peculiar. As he sinks into the water, it rises. Not only that, but the amount it rises seems to match the volume of his own body. And there it is, a flash of insight, the principle of buoyancy. He discovered a fundamental law of physics purely by letting his mind wander while he was bored in the bath. If Archimedes had been glued to a screen, would he have had this breakthrough? Probably not. He needed that moment of boredom, of undistracted thought, to make the connection. And then there's Albert Einstein. He was working at a patent office, a job so mind-numbingly dull that he had plenty of time to let his mind wander. It was during these moments of boredom that he developed his theory of relativity. If he'd been busy swiping on Tinder, we might still be arguing about whether time is relative. Early 20th century Switzerland, a dimly lit office filled with stacks of paper. In the middle of it all sits Albert Einstein, stamping patent documents. He's not exactly thrilled. It's a job that doesn't require much mental effort, which leaves his brilliant mind free to wander. Einstein's job at the patent office was incredibly mundane. He spent his days reviewing other people's inventions, checking for originality. But this monotony was a blessing in disguise. It gave him plenty of time to daydream, to ponder the mysteries of the universe. As he sat there, staring out the window, his mind wasn't on the patents. Instead, he was thinking about the nature of light, space, and time. His thoughts drifted to what would happen if someone traveled at the speed of light. How would time behave? What about space? These daydreams, sparked by boredom, were the seeds of what would become the theory of relativity. Einstein's famous thought experiments, like imagining riding alongside a beam of light, came to him during these periods of idle thinking. He let his mind explore the impossible, making connections that led to revolutionary ideas. His theory of relativity, which fundamentally changed our understanding of time and space, was born from these moments of unstructured thought. If Einstein had been constantly entertained, if he'd had endless distractions, he might never have had the mental space to ponder these big questions. The dull routine of his job gave him the perfect environment to let his mind roam free, leading to one of the greatest scientific breakthroughs in history. So how do we harness this superpower called boredom? Let's break it down. Here are a few tips to help you embrace boredom and unleash your inner genius. Disconnect regularly. Designate specific times in your day to disconnect from digital devices. Whether it's an hour in the morning or a tech-free evening routine, giving yourself this break can rejuvenate your mind and foster creativity. Engage in mundane tasks. Embrace everyday activities that don't require much mental effort, like washing dishes, taking a leisurely walk, or even staring at the wall with a cup of coffee. These seemingly mundane tasks can provide the mental space needed for innovative ideas to surface. Journal your thoughts. Keep a journal or notebook handy to jot down your thoughts and ideas as they come to you. Whether it's a sudden realization, a fleeting concept, or an inspired solution, capturing these moments on paper can help clarify and develop your creative insights. Embrace solitude. Make time for solitude and reflection, whether it's through meditation, a solo nature walk, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. Solitude allows you to delve into deeper introspection and cultivate your creativity. In today's world, where constant stimulation and digital distractions are the norm, embracing boredom may seem counterintuitive. However, it's in these moments of quiet contemplation that our minds are free to wander and explore new ideas. By allowing yourself to be bored, you create the mental space necessary for breakthroughs and innovation. Some of history's greatest discoveries and innovations have arisen from moments of boredom. From Archimedes in his bath to Einstein in a patent office, these thinkers found inspiration when they allowed themselves time to think deeply and let their minds wander. So next time you feel the urge to fill every spare moment with digital noise, consider embracing boredom instead. Let your mind roam freely, explore new possibilities, and nurture your creativity. Who knows what brilliant ideas are waiting to be discovered in the quiet corners of your mind?